So we are going to go ahead and do a quick reading for you, my dear. You wanted to talk to somebody named Andy, and Andy tells me here, he tells me he passes before his time. He gives me a sign and symbol that says suddenly, unexpectedly. He says it kind of happens because something like snowballs or just kind of gets out of control. He also says that he didn't know it was going to take his life, but he does take responsibility for the situation, but he genuinely doesn't think whatever this is going to end up killing him. Does that make sense? And he tells me he passes before his time. He says there's just a real restriction of breathing toward the end as well. Try to write this where y'all can see it. Ooh, I just hear all at once, just whack, like, you know, when something like makes a sound and you know it's gonna hurt. Internal bleeding? What ended up happening? Because he makes it seem like it's a situation that like goes out of control, snowballs out of control, and he didn't expect it to end his life. What took him to the internal bleeding aspect of it? And why the partial responsibility? He keeps telling me, like, I mean, you could even like take medications and it wears down your stomach lining, you know? A telephone pole fell on top of his head and someone backed in. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yes, it was a work accident. A telephone pole fell on his head and he died in the hospital from internal bleeding. And a pole fell on top of his head and someone backed in to a telephone pole with a bobcat. So he had internal bleeding. So that was when one situation tumbled over. That could have been the wow. And then he goes like, oh, and then remember how I said, you know, when you can tell something hits really hard, but you can just tell, whap, that it's done. And so somebody backs into a telephone pole with a freaking bobcat, and then it comes down on him, and then he ends up passing in the hospital. So he's probably sitting there breathing. He didn't expect it was going to end his life, and he's taking partial responsibility, but only because it's a work thing, or maybe he's taking responsibility so the other person can't, or telling the other person that everything's okay. But that is wild. My number one hero, living and breathing right here. This girl's amazing. You are just so sweet. And yeah, so that is absolutely wild. Who is this to you? He seems pretty young. He tells me he ends up passing before his time. He's got dark hair. I feel like he's family to you, or you guys feel pretty close. He almost feels younger than father figure, but very productive. Oh, okay, you were 12. It is your dad. You were just really young when this ended up happening. That's what it seems like. I'm like, he just seems so young. I can kind of see that he's a dad, but he's just like so productive. He's just a hardworking dad. You were only 12 years old and you ended up losing him. What a tragic way. He says that you guys, that you still have dreams about him since he's ended up passing. He says you've had 2 dreams of him since he's ended up passing. He just wants you to know that he's proud of you. He loves you. He's not going anywhere. He goes, the music, the music. So you hear him in the music, and I just freaking love that for you. All right, he's taking down my cameras. Time to go. I'm so glad that your dad was able to come through for you. Oh my gosh, yes, 2 dreams. I needed this. Oh my gosh, yes, and it was Korn is the band. See? Thank you, thank you. I needed this so much. You are so very welcome, and I'm so happy that I can do so many freebies all the time. Yay!